certain kinds of ingredient tools that I've learned over time that really are surprisingly entrepreneurial. And one of them is intuition. If you utilize elements of your intuition and you really listen to not only yourself, but the place, the possible condition, and how it's like creating a neural network right there. Place, your reaction or response or listening, and the recognition in yourself that, yeah, you're gonna migrate towards a action. It starts the authorship of what that entrepreneurial strategy is. You have to also curate your resources. It's not just the curatorial impulse around the work itself. And resources, I don't just mean financial. Resources of, others, a community, an institution, if that's the circumstance, a narrative in the civic dialogue, the opportunities that an artist's project or practice signifies that you can build bridges from, or with, or in conjunction to. It's about readying the conditions and improving the conditions so that the thing that you're doing that people seem to think is completely nuts have the greatest possible chance of explosively succeeding in the integrity of their purposes so that it can go into our cultural memory. We're working in the forms that have a more evanescent and ephemeral footprint. So the transfer of it is different. It's like, why does Shakespeare retain? In part because of the printing press, in part because artists across successive generations continued to want to tell the story of, right? And that's also an apprentice system, It's similarly with dance. You look at the way in which artists will come towards one another. They have different vocabularies from different choreographers they've worked with. They go off and they do other things. It takes time to both shed some of that language to invent your own, but also in other forms. It's about the activated upholding of it, but now in possession of your own spirited capacity, right? But it transfers across, it's about a knowledge transfer system, and part of that, so what I tell audiences often is that, in material culture and in the visual arts, often, not often, but history bears out that when an artist in their lifetime, they were possibly not fully embraced or understood, their objects persist. And later, a curator can mine those objects and rebring them back when society or culture is now more attenuated to the receipt. In performance, you need that moment to happen concurrently in the artist's lifetime with an audience that's leaning forward towards its receipt. And in a way, I say to audiences, you are the living permanent collection of the impact of this work. In fact, you are the living archive of what happens on this stage right now. How this moment in time with this performer in this set of conditions, we now have a shared collection. We have a cultural memory.